It was birthed out of prayer. Its guiding principles are found in the scriptures. It was established as a global discussion forum, a support network, and a prayer group for people in business. And the Global Business Roundtable has a God-given mission to focus on the holistic development of a person in line with God's plan for His kingdom.
We believe that it's because it's a God-inspired organization. It's driven by Him for His purpose, and it's there to help and equip people to develop their talents and to be leaders in their fields.
The aim is to help members to grow spiritually, to grow intellectually, to grow their networks and participate in trade and investment opportunities, to participate in mentorship and coaching programs, and to expand their businesses. Since its launch in Johannesburg in 2009, the Global Business Roundtable has impacted on many thousands of lives around the world. Its vision is to have a presence in 200 countries by 2020.
The Roundtable has done well in Nigeria. There's been a great interest since it was launched on September 14th, 2012.
We happened to hear from our Bishop Zan, who happened to be a Malawian but living in South Africa, and a member of GBR in South Africa. He saw that it was a very good instrument for the nation to know in terms of business as well as skill development and interperson development.
We are trying to involve people and to help the country.
I think for Zimbabwe in particular, redressing the economical challenges there, I think that's probably the greatest need.
The goals of Kenya are just an extension of the greater goal of entire GBR, to be the avenue to create platforms for various people in Kenya.
Nigeria has some challenges as a nation, but what the GBR is bringing seems to want to affect the thinking of the person from childhood to adulthood.
5 years after its launch, this God-focused organization has a presence in 34 countries in the following regions: the Southern African Development Community, East Africa, West Africa, Central Africa, Europe, and North America, with plans to expand into Asia and South America, as well as additional states in the US and Canada during 2015.
The impact on people's life has been unbelievable. You just have to come to our sessions. You just have to come to our AGMs, our General Assembly, come to our camps and listen to the stories.
You can become successful in businesses, in your careers, even in your family life.
It's about training and connecting through network. Since I joined it, I never thought I would be in US, but I made it.
Of course, it is a very colossal growth, and actually now the growth, it's running itself. We've got these launches of GBR chapters everywhere, taking place every week. So it's a runaway train.
GBR's vision is also to influence the world of tomorrow by reaching out to the next generation of leaders. The Future Leaders program was launched in 2010 to reach young professionals, young entrepreneurs, and students. Under the Future Leaders program, Global Business Roundtable has established student chapters in 27 universities and tertiary institutions across Southern Africa, with 70 launches planned for 2015.
Our future leaders are very active, but they do things in the fear of God, and they put God first in everything that they do, so that we could have a better generation of leaders in the future that can fix the problems that we face in the continent, in many parts of the world.
With its scriptural foundation, Global Business Roundtable's mandate extends even further. Through our sister organization, Global Fund for Jesus, we aim to reach out to those who are suffering. Every 5 seconds, a child dies from hunger-related diseases. more than 11 million children die each year from preventable health issues like malaria, diarrhea, and pneumonia. 50% of women in developing countries lack proper maternal care, resulting in over 300,000 maternal deaths annually from childbirth. 98% of the world's undernourished people live in developing countries. In developing countries, 1 out of 6 infants are born with a low birth weight. 1/3 of all child deaths in sub-Saharan Africa are caused by hunger. So, why do we care?
I had this vision, a big cloud of light, and a voice came and said, "Arise and establish a global fund for Jesus."
Out of this vision, the Global Fund for Christ was established with its God-given mandate to do what Jesus Christ would do if he were physically among us.
He would take care of the poor, he would take care of the widows, he would take care of the sick, he would take care of those afflicted by wars, by diseases. So he would take care of all that are oppressed, that are suffering.
To fulfill its mandate, Global Fund for Christ aims to invest in high-impact projects in all developing countries and, where possible, partner with other organizations. The focus is on 6 key areas: education, healthcare, food security, job creation, prosperity and economic empowerment, and entrepreneurship.
When the fund has built a school, the teachers, the students, everybody will be told that the school has been built by the money from Jesus. And the focus will move away from people who contributed to the fund to God.
So, how do we fulfill this mandate? The Global Business Roundtable's international network will be the platform for the Global Fund for Christ, and the core of its work will be driven by volunteers. These are the Global Fund for Christ ambassadors.
These are the people that have committed themselves first to give to the Global Fund for Christ, but secondly, to speak about the Global Fund for Christ. In other words, to mobilize people and also to mobilize resources.
The Global Fund for Christ's mandate includes building schools, clinics, hospitals, old age homes, orphanages, and entrepreneurship centers. Yet, without funding, these initiatives cannot happen. So we envisage millions of people around the world committing to support the GFFC vision weekly or monthly. The second campaign for equity mobilization will be launched in 2015. This will appeal to companies to pledge a percentage of their shares to the Global Fund for Christ. The third leg of resource mobilization will be launched in 2016 and will focus on property, farms and buildings which will be used by the Global Fund for Christ to fulfill its mandate. With your support, the Global Fund for Christ is building a solid financial foundation that will be used to improve the lives of thousands of people around the world.
The call is to invite everybody who hears this message to pledge to give to the Global Fund for Christ. Because this is what he promised, that everybody who gives to the Global Fund for Christ would have partnered with him, and that if Jesus is a partner, your success is guaranteed. It is my belief, strong conviction, that it will happen, that the Global Fund for Christ will be the largest fund in the face of the planet.
For Global Business Roundtable and the Global Fund for Christ, it has been a phenomenal God-inspired journey that has seen many thousands of lives changed. But this is just the beginning.
Attribute the growth in the organization to God. And it's humanly impossible to achieve what the Global Business Roundtable has achieved